Hi, I'm Alessandro Henry, graduate communications designer at the Colorado School of Mines. In this video, we'll be discussing interdisciplinary communications. Whether you're a student, researcher, teaching faculty, or professional engineer or scientist, you will often find yourself working in an environment where your colleagues don't have the same educational or professional background as you. Because of the significant differences in education, training, terminology, etc. across different fields, sometimes it can prove challenging to communicate your ideas to others, even if they are at a similar level of experience in education. This does not mean, however, that this is an impossible task. Here are 4 key points to remember. 1. Define your acronyms and initialisms. A common mistake that those insulated within their own fields make is simply using acronyms they're familiar with, but then not explaining it for the unfamiliar. At best, you slow down your presentation or find your inbox filled with the question, what does that mean? At worst, your audience simply doesn't understand what you're talking about. This can be especially problematic when the same acronym or initialism is used for different things in different fields. 2. If you're talking about theory, stick to theory. If you're talking about application, stick to application. This, of course, is not a hard and fast rule. Rather, this guideline can be useful to avoid branching the presentation, paper, or conversation into related and possibly more difficult to communicate topics. If you're talking about a certain topic and have a specific goal to communicate to those outside your field, stay as focused as possible. 3. Balance ideas in mathematics. For most people, simply throwing a series of different equations and theorems in a paper with little physical context is disorienting. Even those similarly educated to you, the writer, may have problems understanding what's going on if all that's in your paper are mathematical formulas. However, mathematical context is usually important, so don't overcompensate by omitting critical equations that make your data make sense. 4. Visuals are your friends. Graphs, neat and condensed tables, flowcharts, pictures, other graphics can compress a lot of information to a readily digestible package. Simply listing off percentages, efficiencies, parameters makes your paper not only more dense than it needs to be, but you also risk audiences from other fields losing track of how the ideas and data fit together. A good selection of quality graphics can significantly improve a paper's readability, especially for those in other fields. Adhering to these 4 principles, not only in papers, reports, and presentations, but also in conversation, will make it far easier to share your ideas with your colleagues who come from different backgrounds.